Hi everybody. Today I'm recording this video for the dish orange beef. Actually, it is the end of this dish. We have so far only a few one, two or three uh, orange beef left only for the last batch. After this, we're gonna discontinue this dish. It's interesting because we got a lot of attention because of this orange beef. I said on the review on the website saying like it's not that good comparing to genital chicken, our genital chicken. So the not that good became kind of a catchphrase for our style of menu reviews. So it's not that good. But to be honest, that one is very true. Some people doubt like what the purpose behind saying like not that good, but actually it is not that good. The after so many years, like the orange beef, we still I'm not very satisfied with it. And over the during the pandemic, we see the orders like ordering the dish genital orange beef getting less and less. So I think people like wanted because the name is so famous, like the orange beef is so popular alongside genital chicken. So a lot of people tried, but they are now reordering this orange beef. I guess it is not that good. Seriously, it's not good. Then I spoke with some customers. They happen to run a North American Chinese restaurant. So their Chinese restaurant provide North American Chinese food. So they kind of expert on this one. I had a long conversation with that owner, with customer. So I like chatting with customers sometimes when I have time. So this restaurant owner, Chinese restaurant owner, he explained me. I explained him how we do our genital the orange beef. Basically, what he said is like the way we did prepare our genital chicken is the orange beef is not that very right because what we do from the day one in our restaurant 8 9 years ago, our first the chef the cook like start this way, the same way doing the wet dough and that thing prepare that kind of a batted with the wet dough, the same way we prepare genital chicken. So orange beef, genital chicken, the same way we cook them. But the issue is the texture of beef and chicken, they are so different. Somehow the flour or the dough is not covering, it's easy to come out when you deep fry them, like on the beef in uh, than the genital chicken. So it's like you see like this, you see still you can see the beef uh, kind of exposed. That rarely happens to genital chicken, the chicken. So it is. I asked a lot of people in the our friends in the kitchen or like having the experience. Basically, what they said is like the beef is very tough to do that kind of technique with our staff, kitchen staff. I confirm with them. They tried a lot of different kind of ways of trying to put some flour, this kind of wet dough, kind of get that thing hanging on the beef. It's very difficult. Over the years, it's not being so successful. So with this story, the version of this another Chinese owner saying like the way the orange beef, you're supposed to have the beef marinated whatever and with the flavor, and then you put them, you dab them with a the dry starch, the flour or starch, and then you fry them with dry instead of the wet. All these years probably we've been kind of wrong or our own way, so that's why. So you kind of have the dry starch, and then you kind of put around beef, and then you deep fry them, and then you stir fry. So I feel like frustrated. Like after all these years, I just found out like the popular way, maybe the right way, or much more popular way of doing orange beef is not what we were doing being all this year. And also for the pandemic, it's been so exhausting for us. So now we don't want to change this version completely to the new technique, new way of doing this. So we decide to stop doing the orange beef for at least for a while, when we get back to normal. So the pandemic thing is having a lot of trouble on us. For the small restaurants, it's pretty tough, and inflation and short of labor, just very difficult to find people. I spoke other restaurant owners; they all have the same thing. So I complain a lot, but it's very common difficult situation for all restaurant owners, most restaurant owners, and also for most small business owners. So this is the tough situation the pandemic brought to us. So right now we kind of, this is the last 2 or 3 dishes. So I kind of having the last one. We have 2 or 3 left. So I try to make this video to explain, and it will not be available after day maybe on the menu. So because of the orange beef on the menu got so many attention because of the review, my own review. So I will keep the same name on the online menu, but I will put this video link to that dish, to this dish also market and not available. So that's the story for today's recording. Let me see. Do you want to see it's good or not? It's still okay. It's dry, a little bit dry. The sauce is the same sauce with genital chicken. And it's really sweet. Actually, I like it. But with the price for this and the beef put in and the cost of the dish, and also we're not doing it properly, I guess. So it's not worth to continue. It's worth continuing the dish. Yeah, it's still like last time. Yeah, we've been in the pandemic for almost 3 years. It is really hard for small business owners. Cannot find people working, and a lot of them caused by the government policies. Also, government they hire a lot of people as well, so they take a lot of people from the labor pool, from private sectors, especially small business sectors. We just cannot compete with them with the wages. And we're short of labor before the pandemic, and with this extra kind of demand for labor, just make it super hard. I mean, all the leaders, the federal level, provincial level, and municipal level, I think during the pandemic they make a lot of policies, make it very hard for small business owners, small businesses. So, but they kind of all of them talk really nice, but they really don't pay attention to the details or the hardship of small businesses. So it's kind of, as long as they look good in front of camera, I guess they don't care too much, and they are busy with other talk points, a lot of stuff. There's no real action to help people, especially small businesses. The pandemic itself gonna do some damage to the economy for sure, but a lot of other difficulties, the economic problems, like just created by the policymakers, all these leaders. It's sometimes easy for them to say some nice things, to some gestures, but you don't see them working hard enough to balance out the policies, to really look deep into the policies they're going to make, or you don't see them trying to fix the economy. A lot of stuff is so obvious. For example, the canola oil produced in the west of Canada. Before the pandemic was the 16-liter, the vegetable oil in Costco. It was $16.99, but then now during the pandemic it's $52.49, so more than 3 times more expensive. So they all know this. All the government, I suppose they know this. There must be a way to reduce the price, to produce more or whatever, the mechanism of market. But somehow they just chose not to looking at the issues. Instead they're doing this or there, just make them look nice. Even they organize some not unnecessary elections during the pandemic, just try to gain more political power. Most leaders are like that. Sometimes very rare you have one or very few real politicians. They have the aspiration of making people's life much better, improve things. Very rare to come across. But that's reality. You don't see the rare good leaders. Very rare in those days. But as a small business owner in this environment, you just try to work hard enough to stay alive for the business. But I know, sometimes complain for nothing. But I know, we just don't have good leaders, all levels. Really hope some capable people, talented people, they can try to do something to be part of to become a good politician. But somehow people change. The same person, that's my theory. Same person, they're really good when they're not politician, but when they're elected, the whole environment is going to change them. That's pretty more often than what we thought, right? That's my theory. We have a lot of good young people, good young politicians. You got great idea, great intentions, but once they got the power, slowly and surely they change to they adapt to the existing system. So there's no much hope for a real change, but things still go on, right? Unfortunately, we try to stay alive, and so the end of this interesting dish called orange beef. Sometimes when you're in a very tough environment, you try to survive. Sometimes it's the motivation you work extra harder. You know, just try your best. Wait till the environment is getting better, gets better. Hope that time you're still alive, your business is still okay. You know. Just don't give up hope. For all the good people there, if you think you really got great ideas to change the society, I guess you should try to do something to serve the public. Be a politician, you know, to do real changes instead of just talking, like looking nice, talking nice. Behind you just don't care, or like everything for power, you know, greedy people. It is really easy for the public figures to squander money, to waste money, to do those kind of stuff, because at the end it's not their money. It's the taxpayers' money, so they can spend other people's money. You know, they not be that careful, right? If I can spend your money, probably I will buy a lot of stuff unnecessary. You know, that's the big difference working the public section and then the private section. You know. I just hope the people get working the public section, the public servants, the leaders, just be good, be nice. Think about like the money is coming from hardworking people. You know, it's just be grateful to the people working hard to provide you the money you can be in charge on spending, and you know, just be a little bit nice. Doesn't have to be extra nice. Just be a little bit conscious about, you know, you are spending other people's money. Try to work hard on policies to make it easier for most people. Okay, just don't take the easy way, and you know, Anyway, I finished the whole plate orange beef. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be end of this dish in our restaurant. Thank you for watching, and stay on positive side. I complain a lot. Don't listen to me complaining. Have a good life, have a good time. Thank you for watching.